iFLY Downunder was started by two former SAS soldiers, Danny Hogan and Wayne Jones. Setting up Australia's first indoor skydiving centre, they faced challenges securing finance and educating their market. But with some hard work and diligent research, are now flying high. We caught up with Danny and Wayne to find out how they did it.
Here we are at Australia's first ever indoor skydiving centre, set up by a couple of ex-military guys, Danny and Wayne. Let's go get their story. So a very cool business you've got here, gentlemen. What sort of skills and experiences did you take from your military background coming into a business environment?
There's a lot of skill sets that we're able to adopt in the military, Alex, and I guess the one that's of most important to the business model is the fact that our detailed planning has helped us through a lot of the phases of this.
Okay, and Wayne, you've had the facility going for 5-6 weeks now. What's the take-up been like?
We've seen a fantastic response. The military are using it now, the skydiving community are using it, a lot of first-timers, a lot of tourists coming from all over Australia, so it's been a great response.
That's a fantastic result because it's obviously a big risk bringing a new business concept into Australia. What other sort of challenges did you face?
The main challenge was educating the market in Australia that these facilities existed. It's the first time that one has been built in Australia, but it's not the first time it's been built in the world. They're all very successful business models. There's over 45 wind tunnels worldwide. So we took a very meticulous planning approach where we educated ourselves first and foremost. A lot of research went into it, 4 years in the making before we commenced introducing this to the Australian public.
Would you say to other entrepreneurs that that's quite a feasible way? Then if you see something terrific overseas, a proven model, that you should have confidence to bring it to Australia?
I guess that's case-driven, specific businesses. We knew this one would work in Australia because we knew that we had the backing and that baseline revenue stream of skydivers and military, and then the only real risk was introducing the tourism side of the marketing. So I say that's, if someone sees a good idea overseas and they wish to bring it into Australia, make sure they do their research first to know that it'll be proven here.
You obviously had to raise a bit of capital to get the project off the ground. Can you talk us through that process?
Yeah, look, I guess we started by traditional means through private investment. We did need a lot of capital to commence the project. We then, as we built our team around us, we decided to go down the route of an initial public offer. We wrote a prospectus and we conducted the IPO towards the end of 2012. With no broker support, we raised $12 million through that process, and then we listed on the stock exchange the following January of 2013.
Given it's sort of a really traditional business with a clear path to cash flow, was it quite an easy pitch to investors in what's a sort of cash-hungry, resource-driven listing market?
The skydiver and the military community understood these, so they were very excited at the prospect of being able to invest in a company like ours. The education piece was to the average investor that hasn't seen one of these business models before, and it was making that relation between what we were doing to what they're comfortable with. An infrastructure type business whereby it can make a lot of and has the potential to make a lot of money.
And Danny, was it both of you guys going into the boardrooms and getting in front of people and giving the pitch?
It was a combination of tackling a number of resources. Venture capitalists through to sophisticated investors. We were able to attract two cornerstone investors that followed us through our whole series of decision points right up to IPO, and they're still with us today.
Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you very much, Alex.
Look forward to flying with you, Alex.
Well, they've certainly achieved a lot, bringing a new business concept to Australia and going on to float it on the stock market. As the guys said there, it was all about educating people about their product, meticulous planning and detailed market research, just like a good SAS soldier. It is a smart business.